Hold on.
Are you doing it? Are you doing it?
Immigration. We are going from one place to the other. And the question of admissibility, inadmissible, or admissible. You decide. We have members of Dada, New York, Robert Hieger, and Joanie Fritz Zosike. Joanie and Robert, joined by Professor Robbie McCauley. And this is a piece from the WA Theater. We're bringing it here for the first time. Oh, yes.
Okay, that's one.
Yeah. Okay.
Much more. Much more.
Somewhere under the radar, in a tree in the valley, lives a loner sustained by her best friends, the felines, as we pass a fraction of time there, swooping under the radar, snatch her up to the best view, somewhere over the sea.
My time with you is precious. I did not expect to stay. Though you long for my belonging, it's with you where I belong. Here in my corner, it's quite a different thing. What a day can bring. The point is, shall I stay? And here I'll be, where I belong to be.
She belongs to me, where she belongs to me. Somewhere under
Somewhere under the radar. Associative Behaviour, a short immigration interview play by Peter Dizozza. 4 characters: Ethel Vong, her uncle Sid, an office manager, and Evaluator Klarf. The setting, an evaluation room within a U.S. Immigration and Naturalization Service office, somewhere on Stewart Avenue in Garden City, Long Island. The scene 1, a waiting room behind a closed door.
Here I rise from under the radar. Help me, Uncle Sid.
Ethel, in 3 minutes' time, that door will open. You'll go in another room, and an evaluator will interview you on your admissibility into a group categorized as lawful permanent resident. I must wait here.
This is my first meeting with an Indian.
Perhaps when your evaluator leaves the country and tries to re-enter, an American Indian can approve him, but you have to be approved by Homeland Security.
Until then, I am just an immigrant.
No, actually, you're a non-immigrant, a visitor.
An alien.
Yes.
Not after I ace this interview.
Well, even after you change, even after you adjust your status, you're still an alien. But instead of being a non-immigrant, you'll be an immigrant, a lawful permanent resident alien.
Will I ever belong?
After 5 years, you can petition to be naturalized.
Who performs this act of nature?
Oh, belonging comes from within. Like having confidence and self-assurance.
Still, you can help.
I filed a petition, didn't I?
Well, it's a good first step.
In fact, it's an emergency, because if we don't adjust your status, then your period of lawful presence will expire, and in its place will accrue a period of unlawful presence, such for that every moment you overstay, the more criminal your presence will be.
What a difference a day makes.
Yes! If we had waited until after the expiration of your lawful presence, then my petition would be a signal for them to deport you.
Then you must not make this petition.
But I did. That's why we're here. If we're successful, which we will be, because I filed in time, then you can next petition for the disability payments that your disorder demands.
Which is why I keep my affairs in such total disarray.
I'm afraid the disorder must go far deeper than that.
Where else does it have to go?
Into your brain. You have a mental disorder.
Why do you say that?
I'm simply saying that for purpose of this evaluation, you will establish that the behavior associated with your mental disorder is what?
My mental disorder?
Yes. How would you characterize the behavior associated with your disorder?
It is friendly.
Yes, you are nothing if not benign.
In fact, I am very benign.
You wouldn't hurt a fly.
I would guide the fly to an open window to set free the fly. And I would be very upset if someone chose to do otherwise.
Yes. You were very helpful. I owe you everything, and I don't want to lose you, Ethel. I love you. What's going on in there? They were supposed to be evaluating you over 2 minutes ago.
Associative behavior is the key factor in determining the admissibility of the mentally disordered. Look closely for any behavior that may pose or has posed a threat to the welfare, property, or safety of the alien or others. It is your evaluation that will determine whether there is a ground for the physical or mental disordered alien's inadmissibility.
Wait, so you're saying I can admit someone with a physical or mental disorder?
Absolutely. That is why these non-citizens seeking legal permanent residence must appear before you for an evaluation.
And I just asked these questions.
We'll start with these. You listen for a sense from the conversation.
Hopefully it's a sense of safety and well-being.
Or not. You're impartial. Admissible, inadmissible. Let the chips fall where they may.
I'm ready.
You can come in now.
Thank you.
How do you do, Miss Vong?
Hello. Ethel Vong.
A friendly name. Hello, Miss Vong.
Oh, call me Ethel.
All right, Ethel. What country are you from?
McCauley. It is a small country deep in the north of mainland China, near Mongolia.
Are you sure it's not part of mainland China?
No, it is a little country way up north, almost Eskimo, but Scandinavian in a swarthy kind of way. And believe me, there is no billion people living in my country.
That is why you qualified for a diversity visa. But even then, you had to be lucky.
Lucky?
I'm sure that adding Lahuians
Oh, very good.
improves the viscosity of any melting pot. According to my visa bulletin, there are 50,000 slots and over 10 million entries. So you had to be lucky to qualify for a diversity visa.
Wow!
Still, 1 in 10 million is better odds than being 1 in a billion from China.
Yeah!
Well, you crossed the first hurdle, which is to obtain a visa, which I see is about to expire. Before it does, let's consider your petition. Among the 10 hurdles, each with multiple sub-hurdles, that we must jump is physical or mental disorder. Apparently you have one. Which is it? Physical? Mental?
I am clinically depressed. And the more cheerful I act, the clearer the doctors can see the dark hole behind me. The black hole behind me.
I see that. I see. Yes. I see that.
Oh, is it so transparent that you can see behind me to the dark black hole?
Oh, no, I just see these 3 doctors' affidavits. I mean, it's hard to get doctors to agree on anything. If I hold the affidavits to the light, it's as if I'm looking at one affidavit. But I'm not your document reviewer, only your evaluator. These documents, which appear to be in order, note a disorder. Does your disorder pose a threat to the safety, welfare, or property of yourself or others?
Oh, not to others. I give to the needy such that I become needy, and when I see how greedy people can be, it is all I can do not to jump into traffic.
Well, who looks after you? I see this affidavit. Is this your uncle?
Oh, that is my Uncle Sid. I look after him when I am not helping the needy. Did you get a tax return from my uncle?
Well, yes, actually, I'm looking at your uncle's tax return right now.
We filed one for me.
Oh, what do you mean? He doesn't file tax returns?
Well, I don't think so. He doesn't register to vote either, and so he never gets called for jury duty. And yet, for me, he filed a tax return.
He has to. He is your sponsor. If he fails to provide, we can sue him for your support. So can you.
I would never do that.
What if you were starving in the street?
Well, better me than him, or anyone else for that matter.
Anyone? What about a thief who would rob you?
Oh, that's not robbery. That's just someone whose needs come before mine.
I must inform you, Miss Vong, that I am noting herein behavior that poses a threat to your own physical safety and well-being.
What if everyone did that?
Well, I suppose in a nation where people martyr themselves for each other, you would pose no threat.
But in a nation built upon self-interest, people who lack empathy run me into the ground.
Yeah, or into moving traffic. But perhaps you can tell me that at the last instant, your instinct for self-preservation will kick in.
Not if it means harming a fly.
Especially if it meant harming a fly.
No! Take me instead!
Oh my God, it's just a fly. It's not even a real fly. It's just a physical gesture to emphasize the point of my words.
How dare you presume authority over another sentient being?
Get your face away from my hand, Miss Vong. Are you telling me that you would let a car run over you if it meant saving the life of a fly?
Yes.
Do not lie to me, Miss Vong. It is difficult to maintain a lie. Believe me, I would monitor the marriages of immigrant spouses, and in time, they found it impossible to maintain a lie.
What about the truth? What maintenance does the truth require?
The truth is low maintenance. Lies need maintenance. Every day you must persist in your lie
Until it becomes the truth.
I suppose, in time, even a lie can become the truth. Some of the couples whose marriages I monitored are still married today.
basically, in order to maintain the truth, you simply don't maintain it. Like when you leave a banana on the table for 6 months.
The only thing we'll learn from that forgotten banana is how, as it decays, flies will hasten it to the soil. The truth is low maintenance. Lies need maintenance. The truth is easy to maintain. Lies are difficult to maintain.
Like in government.
How so?
Well, governments are built upon lies, which are increasingly difficult to maintain over time.
What government is easy to maintain?
No government.
Are you an anarchist?
Yes. Does that matter?
It is a reason to deny your petition. Go back to your little country which you somehow managed to carve out of mainland China.
But I don't have the money to leave.
We'll pay for the ticket. I'll call an officer to take you to your holding cell.
I did not come here to be arrested.
That's the risk you run when you reveal yourself.
Uncle Sid! Uncle Sid!
Manager, get an officer. We are deporting an anarchist. Mei Fu Fong. I'll call you back. Miss Fong. I'm looking at your petition. Since your mother was Will Fu Fong, a computer specialist from Outer Mongolia, and your father was Lou Bridges, a U.S. colonel from Pittsburgh. I served under a Colonel Bridges in the missions of '92. Before he went missing, he was the whole darn nation packed into one pair of pants.
Oh, I never met him.
Well, one of your parents was a citizen.
So?
So, not by right of soil, but by right of blood, you are a citizen.
Oh, well, thank you for taking the time to interview me.
My pleasure. And here is my card in case you want to continue our debate.
Thank you. And here is mine.
Thank you. Ethel Vong, the Messiah. Wait. Before you go, Miss Vong, what do you mean by the Messiah?
Oh, you weren't expecting me?
No.
Well, here I am.
I just don't need to be saved if that's all right with you.
You're saved. But are you admissible?
I never asked.
Bye-bye.
Good day.
So, Klarf, how did it go?
Fine.
So, Ethel, how did it go?
Good, Uncle Sid. Did you know my father was a citizen?
Yes, but you were born in mainland China with 1 billion other Chinese. Does it matter?
It means I can stay. Please take me home.
Oh, we're under the radar. We're in touch with our countries. Land steps of our feet. Grit its surface of topsoil.
And it's all I crinkle my toes to. Hold on tight to its surface. All to circle above and place it apart. I do not want to travel or to have a place to go. If my heart belongs to you, then drop your dear and you can stay.
Here in the valley, there's no reception bar.
Signals here are lost.
Lost home!
We're far out. We're so far out.
And we believe where we belong to be. We belong to be where we belong to be. Somewhere under the radar. Somewhere under the radar. Somewhere under the radar. Clearly our thoughts are benign as we pass through the scan of the eyes of the radar. When you see the radar, it sees you. And where your eyes are looking, set your sights on the future. Don't return, it's there. Look beyond it and it will turn to look for you.
Associated behavior. Thank you. Okay, next up is Bien. Bien, we have the piano here. Do you have a moment to come to the piano at this time?